Few months back, Xiaomi launched Redmi Note 7 and Redmi Note 7 Pro, and we already have one more sibling, that's the Redmi Note 7s. Today you are going to watch the comparison of Redmi Note 7s and Redmi Note 7 side by side and see is it worth to buy Redmi Note 7s over Redmi Note 7. As you know, this is Satish. Let's get started. Redmi Note 7s, which was announced recently, is priced at Rs 10,999 for 3GB of RAM and 4GB of RAM cost 12,999. Whereas Redmi Note 7, which was launched couple of months back, was priced at Rs 9,999 for 3GB of RAM, whereas 4GB of RAM to cost 11,999. I have dropped the link to buy these phones in the description below. Do check it out. Since both Redmi Note 7s and Redmi Note 7 are sibling, they both get same accessories inside the box. You would see transparent protective cover, Type-C USB cable, standard power adapter, guide and manual, and SIM ejector pin in the box. Both the phones have glass body on back, which is powered by Corning Gorilla Glass 5. Xiaomi did great job in focusing on aesthetic part as the back of these phones look premium and stylish. Unfortunately, both the phones don't get gradient blue as seen in Redmi Note 7 Pro. I personally like the gradient color, which is called as Neptune blue, which gets purple and blue. If you prefer to use these phones without protective cover, then you would often need to wipe the back as it will be covered with fingerprints and smudges. The frame which goes around the phone is made of plastic, which is definitely a cost cutting. Coming to the front, both the phones get water drop notch, which is tiny and doesn't annoy when you are using the phone. You would notice tiny notch just above water drop notch, and on bottom the chin still has some bezel which also houses LED notification light. On front, just above water drop notch, you can notice front facing speaker. On left, hybrid dual SIM slot which can support 2 nano SIMs. On right, the volume rockers and power button which are made of plastic. On bottom, Type-C charging slot beside loudspeaker. And on top, 3.5mm audio jack along with infrared sensor. On right side of the phone, dual camera setup and fingerprint scanner. So overall, the build, design and placements are all same on both the phones. The build and design are same on both the phones, so the display. Both the phones have 6.3-inch Full HD Plus IPS display, and display itself covers 81% of the front. These are not the best displays but definitely offer good picture quality, and not to forget the displays are bright. Since these are budget LCD displays, they come with cons as I noticed light bleed on edges of the screen, which is not noticeable fortunately. Finally, we are in a most crucial segment of the comparison. Redmi Note 7s comes with AI-enabled 48MP f1.8 aperture camera and 5MP f2.2 aperture camera. On the other side, Redmi Note 7 as well comes with AI-enabled 12MP f2.2 and 2MP f2.4 cameras. Below these cameras, there is dual LED flash to help you in low light conditions. Redmi Note 7s delivers more dynamic and colorful shots which are more closer to the reality. Also, the 5MP secondary camera on Redmi Note 7s does better job in blurring the background. Here's a picture that can say how well the AI 48MP camera works against 12MP camera. The night mode on Redmi Note 7 outperforms Redmi Note 7. In the low light condition without LED flash support, Redmi Note 7 again performs really well. In the video comparison, I haven't spotted much of difference as both performed really well in terms of stabilization and colors are close to reality. Both are powered by Snapdragon 660 octa-core chipset which has 14mm process technology. Good to see these Redmi phones are having powerful 660 chipset since it is an powerful chipset under 600 series which is 20% more powerful and performs better in gaming as well. Looking at the traditional Antutu benchmark test, both the phones managed to score around 1,38,000. Coming to the gaming, both the phones managed to perform lag-free and no frame drops happened. Typically, Snapdragon 636 goes through few lags here and there, but Snapdragon 660 in these phones performed really well. Both the phones come with Android 9 Pie with MIUI 10 skin on top out of the box. You will continue to love the MIUI experience if you are a regular Redmi phone user. The animations are redefined and the app launchers are even more faster. Overall, the experience is smooth and fast. Generally, Xiaomi provides at least one new Android version to update in future, so it's safe to say both these phones should get Android Q in future. These budget smartphones are still backed by fingerprint scanner placed on rear side of the phone. These fingerprint scanners are fast and responsive, and you may miss once or twice out of 10 times. The face unlock feature, which works through front camera, works mostly in indoor and outdoor but not in dark conditions. Another reason to buy these phones is the battery, as both the phones come with huge lab polymer 4000 mAh battery which can last long up to 36 hours on single charge. If you are a regular user of dual 4G data and gamer here and there, then you could expect the battery to go down end of the day, which requires you to charge for the next day. Though these phones support Quick Charge 4.0 by Snapdragon, but unfortunately the provided adapters are just standard adapters. It takes nearly 100 minutes to full charge this huge 4000 mAh battery. Bottom firing loudspeakers on these phones are impressive at high volume thanks to the active external amplifier. But the clarity seems to be average as the vocals are dominating. Overall, these have speakers that are decent enough. Both Redmi Note 7s and Redmi Note 7 are basically twins. Right from design, build quality, display, hardware, software and other specifications are same except the rear cameras. So the conclusion is, if you prefer to have better rear cameras and happy to spend another 1000 rupees, then Redmi Note 7 is for you. So that's it for today. Hope you liked the video. If you think I deserve a credit for making this extensive comparison video, then hit the subscribe button to become part of this lovely channel. This is Satish. Have a nice day and stay awesome.